guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about belts that never made it to onto TV part 2. Um, I did the first video of this and I thought it was pretty cool, so I decided to make a follow-up. Now this video has belts that were never shown on TV, and it does have a few belts that were just concept art. And I thought they were pretty cool, so I included them. But first off, we have the WWF World Heavyweight Championship Tag Team version. Well, this belt, so Ric Flair left WCW over a contract dispute or a booking dispute, and they kept his $25,000. So he decided that he was going to keep the belt, which technically, it's rightfully his since he has the $25,000 deposit and they never gave it back. So he showed up with the belt on WWF television, calling himself the Real World Champion. Well, WCW then threatened a lawsuit on WWE, so in the meantime, they created this belt out of an old tag team title. So next up, we have a cool concept by, I believe this is Belt by Dan. He did a awesome ROH World Heavyweight Title belt. Now, this was because of the lawsuit between Dave Millican and Figures Inc. over replicas or something. I don't know the full extent about it, but I know they had to change the design. They switched from their title they were using to a ring, like the Ring of Honor that Cody used, until they got the new belts that were made by Wildcat. This was the proposed title, and my God, it is beautiful. So much better than the belt they have now. I'm not a fan at all of their belt. And this belt, it takes inspiration from the IWGP with the previous holder's name on the side plates. Now, I'm sure in the real belt, this would have detailing on the side plates and on the main plate. But the main plate looks awesome. The Ring of Honor logo, side plates, it does have the nameplate down there. Now, I don't know if the red really looks the best, but this was a concept. And I believe this fell through because of the rights to the belt or something. Not quite sure. So next up, we have another concept, and this is by Nixon's Graphics. He has a Twitter and a Facebook, and I think it's just Nixon Graphics, and you can get a custom belt design made by him. I think it's $125, and for whatever reason you want a belt made up, designed, he'll do it for you. So this belt is pretty cool. I can't say that I like this belt more than the current Impact Wrestling Championship belt they have now. I really, really like that belt. But this one is pretty cool as well. It does feature the different side plates. Impact Wrestling has a nameplate, and it has the anthem. On the current one, I believe that it has the owl, so this belt does not have the owl. I think they wanted that because that's their logo. I love this part of the belt, kind of like a Roman aesthetic with the pillars in the archway as Impact Wrestling World Champion. I like this detail around the globe with the gems. I feel like this is a more complete concept than the Ring of Honor one. This is a pretty cool belt. I would have loved to see this actually get made. Let me know what you guys think about this one. So next up, there was always rumors about an NWO kind of version of their belt instead of the spray paint. And I believe this belt they were kind of toying around making it around the time WCW closed, I think. I'm not 100% sure on this. But this was going to be made by Jamar, I believe. And as you can see, it features an NWO little thing with fire on the side, wolves, and I think it's a gargoyle, or maybe it's more wolves, and then like a demon on top. I don't think these plates were ever made. I'm not quite sure if this is the actual belt, so don't take my word for it. But I'm pretty sure this was the Jamar design. So next up is another Impact belt, and this is the Impact International Championship belt. I saw this on Belt Talk on Facebook. I don't know if this belt was ever actually, it was made, but I don't know if it was actually sent out to Impact or them considering using it. I know that Intercontinental title concept from last video that they never used. Wildcat made it in, I I think it was Wildcat, and he presented it to WWE, and they passed on the design. I don't know if Impact did the same thing. This belt's pretty cool. I like the different side plates. I wonder if this in here, I think this is a globe. I bet you this would have been actually painted, which would add, it's definitely missing something in the middle. It's pretty plain. If this was painted like a blue, green, black, something, it would have really made it pop. So next up, this was the proposed first version of the Chrome Rhine. Now you can actually purchase this belt from, I think it's Leather Rebels. I think it was $2,500. So this was originally the proposed design for the original Chrome Rhine, but NWA passed on it and on having the NWA letters there. They decided to just go with the full etching and stuff like that. I think it was a cost. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find out about that in the Big Gold Belt book, among other things. But this, I'm glad they decided to pass on it. The belt's iconic. I don't feel like it needed the logo. I mean, WWE, they had their belt with the logo right here, and that was fine too. But just the Chrome Rhine is iconic, and it is a beautiful belt, and I'm glad they passed on that. And next up is the WWE or WWF King of the Ring Championship belt. Now this was Mabel, I think it was Mabel Viscera. He won King of the Ring, King Mabel, and he made this belt. He had this belt commissioned. I believe it was Dave Milliken. It was never used on TV. I think he brought it to autograph signings and maybe some indie shows when he left WWE. It is a really interesting belt. Super unique with the castle design, the side plates, and the leather cut on it. It's really cool too. The King of the Ring, as you can see, I think it doesn't really have WWF. I think he kind of got around that by making it looks like a V and a W. So he could kind of have WWF, but couldn't get sued by him. The World Wrestling Federation, I guess that was fine having it on there. And the final belt is the Vegas Big Gold Belt. Now, I do believe this belt was going to replace the Real World title. As you saw at the very beginning of the video, they had the Tag Team title. Well, they decided they were going to have their own made, and it was the Vegas Big Gold. It was a little bit different from the Chrome Rhine, actually pretty different. The entire main plate's different, besides some things, I guess. It does feature a gem at the bottom, and the lip kind of pops. The silver on this belt, it really makes it pop. I love the silver on it. The side plates feature two globes. The font's different. I mean, they had to differentiate it from the Chrome Rhine for the lawsuit. I'm not quite sure why this belt never made it on TV. Maybe it was because they didn't want WCW's belt being called a Real World Champion when that was direct competition. I'm not quite sure. I do know that one of these are being sold by Belt by Dan. I'm not quite sure the price. I think it was like $3,000, $3,500, something like that. So let me know which one's your favorite design that you wish was used on TV, whether it be the concept belts or one of the classic belts. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.